man. But let's get into this show, right? 5 takeaways from week 10. Number 1, I've noticed how running quarterbacks get scrutinized, but only certain running quarterbacks, right? Not all, right? Fran Tarkenton, I don't remember reading anything about him getting criticized for running. Steve Young, not until he started getting concussions. I didn't read about him being scrutinized for running the ball. You know who I heard? Michael Vick, Cam Newton got scrutinized for running the football a lot. You know who else I heard? Donovan McNabb got scrutinized for running the football. He should just stay in the pocket. You know who else? Jalen Hurts, these new age cats. Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, they all get scrutinized. I know the one thing that they all have in common is they black. Maybe that could be half of it. Maybe not, right? If that's your thing, if you into that. But what they also have in common is the fact that they never had weapons. If you notice the trajectory, who did Cam Newton have? An aging Steve Smith, an overweight Kelvin Benjamin? Who did Donovan McNabb have during his tenure with the Eagles? Freddie Mitchell? T.O. for a year and a half? Who did Michael Vick have? His best asset was a tight end, Algie Crumpler. What are we talking about here? Again, who does Justin Fields have? They just got Chase Claypool. He had 1 catch for like 6 yards last week. Is he the guy? Don't think so. We'll see, though. Right? Who did Jalen have last year? Jalen damn near led the league in rushing for a quarterback last year. Who did Jalen have? Me? You? Your uncle? It's a trajectory that these type of quarterbacks are on when it comes to running the football at that position. They all have one thing in common, the lack of weapons. But as you saw, Michael Vick progress and learn how to play the quarterback position, what happened? He started to stand tall in that pocket. Same thing with Donovan McNabb. Same thing with Cam Newton. If you look at their careers, they started to run less and less and less and less. Now, that could be due to aging, or it could be due to the fact that, hey, I figured out that how to utilize my wide receivers. I figured out that if you pair a Jalen Hurts with an A.J. Brown, all of a sudden he looks so much better as a passer. I don't think that's a coincidence. So all of these quarterbacks that get scrutinized for running the football all have one thing in common. Besides being black, that is, it's the lack of talent. So let's not place blame on Justin Fields for why he's not producing the way you guys want him to produce or he runs too much. Let's not place blame on Jalen Hurts last season because he runs too much at the quarterback position, or Lamar Jackson. He runs too much. I don't like that, right? Just because these guys don't do it the way you're used to seeing it be done does not mean it can't be done the way that they doing it. Please understand that. Because maybe they're not running because they don't know how to throw. Maybe they're running because they don't have anybody to throw to. How you feeling, Diesel, man? How's it going? It's been a while since I've seen you. Kanye B says facts. Appreciate that, man. Eagles in one, stop the disrespect. 1,000%. I'm sick of it. I'm definitely sick of it. Number 2, my MVP ladder has changed, you guys. My MVP ladder has changed. The fact that people even believed for a half a season that Josh Allen was on the same level as Patrick Mahomes, I don't know what you were looking at. There was never a doubt in my mind that Patrick Mahomes wasn't or was the best quarterback in football. Never a doubt in my mind. So if any of y'all that had that doubt, or because you saw Josh Allen take a developmental leap and now you think he surpassed Patrick Mahomes, pump your brakes, man. Pump your brakes, because that's not how we get down over here. We need proof of concept, and we need consistency. We definitely need consistency. And the reason why Josh Allen dropped so tremendously, we saw what happened in Minnesota during the Minnesota game. It's just too many opportunities to snatch the MVP. Look, Josh Allen had way too many opportunities to snatch and grab a hold of this MVP award halfway through the season. There's a few games where I felt like he slipped and fell. Look at the Jets game, threw an interception in the red zone. Look at Minnesota's game, one of the best games I've ever seen, right? Slips and falls, gives up a red zone turnover. 2 red zone interceptions to a cornerback that I didn't even know was still in the league, Patrick Peterson. Old, washed up Patrick Peterson called 2 off a throw it to the other team, Allen. Point blank period, right? His play in the fourth quarter late in games has been atrocious. And I don't think it has anything to do with the fact of, unfortunate, like the Patrick Mahomes coin flip. No, he's just been atrocious down the stretch in these games. Point blank. There's no reason for you to lose against the Jets. There's no reason for you to lose against Minnesota. You did such a great job after making all of those mistakes. You could have fixed your mistakes in the fourth quarter, or was that overtime, if I'm not mistaken, driving the ball down the field. You got it all the way to the red zone just to give it back to the other team. It's beyond me. And for those reasons, those are MVP clinching moments that Josh Allen squandered. So if we're going to give him those opportunities and moments to solidify himself as the runner, as the lead runner for MVP, we have to take it away as well when he doesn't perform in those given moments. So that's just how I feel about it. Like, Josh Allen has to play better, especially down the stretch. This man leads the league in red zone interceptions. He also leads the league in interceptions, period, right? So, I mean, he's just got to play better. Like, and there's, like I mentioned, there's certain quarterbacks in the league that have to be Superman week in and week out for their team to even have an opportunity to win. We're not even guaranteeing a victory if Superman comes out of the phone booth. But let's be honest. Lately, especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter, Josh Allen has looked more like Clark Kent than Superman. And that's real talk. Number 3, I think it's safe to say that you guys pulled the trigger a little bit too early on Justin Herbert. Now, I like the kid. I like where he's headed. I love his trajectory. But I think we tried to put this man in elite company way too early, right? He's a great talent. I don't want to hear the weapons case because we've seen guys do more with less. Get the job done. But let's be honest. We tried to put Justin Herbert in a class with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. And I tried to tell you guys, hold on, wait a minute. But y'all didn't want to listen. So now we're looking at a guy who has less touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff in bad seasons, might I add you. He's got the same amount as Kirk Cousins with more interceptions than Geno Smith and Derek Carr and Trevor Lawrence. Let's talk about it. Do I need to repeat what I just said about Justin Herbert? I mean, like I said, we can't mention that weapons excuse because we've seen way more. Because, to be honest with you, the reason why we can't mention the lack of weapons or injuries on the side of Justin Herbert as an excuse for him is because y'all are quick to defend Justin Herbert, who's y'all prized possession for some reason. Y'all are quick to defend Justin Herbert for, Mike Williams is hurt. Keenan Allen's been inconsistent with health, right? Don't nobody get that excuse to Lamar Jackson when he ain't got nobody to throw the ball. And they healthy. And when they were hurt, like they are right now, missing every single running back on the roster, J.K. Dobbins on IR, Gus Edwards, questionable. We don't know. When they were hurt, nobody gave a damn. Who's Justin Fields throwing to? Y'all were quick to call him a bust. Nobody gave a damn. So why the hell should we give a damn about Justin Fields or about Justin Herbert and his injuries? If you don't give a damn about Lamar and who he's throwing to, you quick to say he can't throw, he just likes to run. If you don't give a damn about Justin Fields and who he's throwing to, you just say, oh, he's not getting it done. He's a bust. He's missing wide open targets, right? He's a bust, right? If you didn't give a damn about who Jalen was throwing to last season, oh, he's a bust. He ain't it, OG. Y'all need to get a new quarterback. Who this, who that. Y'all didn't give a damn. Why should I show that same sympathy that y'all didn't show those guys for Justin Herbert? Why? Get it done, Justin. Point blank, period. To read that. I mean, Lamar Jackson got less weapons than Blank Man out here. I'm just keeping it a buck. To reiterate that. Justin Herbert, right? Less touchdowns than Aaron Rodgers and Jared Goff. Both of them are having bad seasons. He's got the same amount as Kirk Cousins, who's playing solid, but he's also got more interceptions than Geno Smith, Derek Carr, and Trevor Lawrence. And this was the guy that you guys were such in a hurry to put in top 4, such in a hurry to compare to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Those guys are light years ahead of Justin Herbert. I'm sorry. I need to say, Justin, I'm sorry. All right. Number 4. I don't think we're giving enough credit to Tua Tagovailoa and Geno Smith. Because my MVP ladder prior to last week was Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts in no order. But why are we not discussing Tua Tagovailoa as a possible MVP candidate? They haven't lost a game when he starts and finishes it. He is the sole reason the Miami Dolphins are in the position that they're at right now. Tua Tagovailoa should be, if not at the top, definitely in the top 2 or top 3 of this MVP ladder right now. Point blank. In fact, I might take Tua Tagovailoa right now over Josh Allen in the MVP ladder. To be honest with you, Geno Smith has been balling as well. Look, they need to be celebrated way, way more than they are, chat. Way more. Everybody called Geno a bust, and he's coming out here and he's producing at a high level. Everybody said Tua Tagovailoa couldn't get the job done with Tyreek Hill, and he's coming out here and he's producing at a high level. High level. Pro Bowl type level. Let's be honest. And the fact is, no one saw this coming. When Flores got fired, he said, I wanted Justin Herbert. I didn't want Tua. I wrote Tua off. I thought Geno Smith was going to be a stud with the Jets. I thought he was a bust too. So, in the words of Michael Jackson, you are not alone. But now look at him. It's time we give credit where credit is due. Both of these guys are completing over 70% of their passes. Both of them have over 100 QB rating. Tua is 3rd in the league in touchdowns, chat. Tua Tagovailoa is 3rd in the league in touchdowns. And he missed 2.5 games. Let that sink in. I think I need to repeat that. Tua Tagovailoa is 3rd in the league in touchdowns, and he missed 2.5 games. These guys need to be talked about way, way more than they're being talked about. I mentioned my MVP ladder has changed. Yeah. My new MVP ladder, number 1, Tua Tagovailoa. Number 2, Patrick Mahomes. No, I'll put Pat 1. Patrick Mahomes, number 1. Tua Tagovailoa, number 2. Jalen Hurts, number 3 on my MVP ladder. Josh Allen, you're out of there. I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts and Mahomes has taken advantage of those moments so far. Best QBs out, no doubt. They're the main reason for their success. Geno's not playing bad, though he's not. Got to do more with less to be considered elite. That's all I'm saying. We've seen a lot of great quarterbacks come and go and do more with less. Justin Herbert is not having that season that everybody thought he would have coming into this year, and nobody's saying nothing about it. I don't hear ESPN. I don't hear any blog sites talking about how Justin Herbert isn't playing up to expectations. He was a lot of y'all MVP now. Let's not forget, Justin Herbert was a lot of y'all MVP in this preseason. And because he's not performing to the level of expectation, everybody's quiet. Silence. Nah, just be as loud as y'all were when he threw for 5,000 yards last year and tried to compare him to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and put him on that pedestal. Where are those guys at? I need to hear you. His injury killed the buzz in the media, not mad at that latter. Yeah, it is what it is. And number 5, the Philadelphia Eagles got cheated. I don't care what anybody says, my Eagles got cheated. We lost this game more than they wanted. Not only did we get cheated, we didn't play our best game. Jalen Hurts got sold by his teammates. I'm not afraid to say it. Jalen Hurts got sold by his teammates. It was so many unnecessary flags. Listen, let's break it down, right? Eagles turned the ball over 3 times in this game. I'm not counting that Devontae Smith pitch back towards the end of the game. I think that was I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that. But let's see. The 3 critical turnovers. People are saying, oh, Jalen Hurts sold. Where? Tell me where, right? He drops a dot to A.J. Brown. The corner snatches it out of his hands. Whose fault is that? That's A.J.'s hand. A.J. played a bad game. Quez Watkins, he hits him for 55, 60 yards down the field. That would have put us in position in the fourth quarter. Guess what happened? Quez Watkins catches the ball, looks around, gets up, tries to run, strips, gets the ball taken from him. We lose a possession. The defense is stringing together stops to get us in this game, but we just keep imploding. Then the no call, the face mask. Dallas Goedert picks up the first down, gets grabbed by the face mask, head damn near twisted off his shoulders. Ball drops. He gets hurt. Now he's out for several weeks because of it. We lose our tight end because of a no call. Now he's out for several weeks. No call. They get the ball back. Game over. I don't understand for the life of me. We got cheated out of it. And then, of course, the infamous hit Brandon Graham laid on Tyler Hand Me a Heineken. Now, I made a TikTok talking about how that call shouldn't have been called. But in all fairness, it probably should have been called. Brandon Graham is a veteran. He should know better. But in all fairness to Brandon Graham and Hassan Reddick, who was also involved in that play, it's not like he gave himself up in a traditional way. Tyler Hand Me a Heineken did not give himself up in a traditional way. Most quarterbacks who give themselves up to avoid a sack fall on the ground, curl up. We've seen Peyton Manning do it a million times, right? Look at how Michael Strahan broke the record with that Brett Favre sack. He dropped to the ground and curled up. Usually quarterbacks that give themselves up, they drop to the ground and curl up. This guy in the middle of scrambling around trying to make a play, all of a sudden drops down and takes a knee. What type of shit is that? Throughout my over 20 years of experience watching this game, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback give himself up that way in the middle of a big play, the biggest play of the game. We need a stop here. This guy rolls out to the right, looks like he's trying to make something happen, and drops down and takes a knee. So Brandon Graham's initial reaction is, he's down. Let me tackle him. Did he slip? Did he fall? What happened? So he tried to tackle him. Then Tyler Hand Me a Heineken tried to get up after taking the knee. That's when he initially got hit. He tried to stand up after taking the knee. So we don't know what's going on, because I guarantee you this. If Heineke falls and curls up like a ball like most quarterbacks do when they don't want to take the hit for the sack, Brandon Graham wouldn't have hit him. He would have ran up and touched him, because he's showing he's submitting to the play. He's conceding the play. But when he stands tall, like a kick returner and kneels all of a sudden in the middle of a play? What? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. My mans was scrambling around and tried to make a play and kneeled in the middle of being blitzed by two defenders. And you expected him not to get hit? He should have fell down. Then he would